We're going to talk about a very sad case that happened in Panama. A man lost his temper and ended up killing two activists, two ecocrats as we know them, who were blocking the road in Panama. Of course, it's absurd, totally disproportionate what the man did, but on the other hand, we can understand the guy's anger. The protest, guess what, was a bunch of leftist university professors closing the road because of a copper mine that had been granted a license to continue operating, approved by the government of Panama. Let's get to grips with this subject because this business of eco chats around the world is really getting on everyone's nerves. I'm not justifying what the guy did. He overreacted. It was certainly disproportionate, but even so, this news was suggested by Capistan's volunteer king, the Grim Reaper. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Well, I think both sides are wrong in this story, but it certainly doesn't justify the use of violence to this degree. His name is Kenneth Darlington. He's a retired American who lives in Panama and had been stuck in traffic jams for several hours, and at a certain point he went to argue. He went to talk to the guys that he needed to get through. I don't know what his argument was. But we've seen a lot of people who need to get to a hospital, who need to take a flight. You need to do a lot of things and you're stuck in these endless traffic jams because the ecocrats decided to protest against carbon emissions and whatnot. Just stop oil. As if it was something like that, impressive. Anyway, the guy seems to have lost control and ended up shooting two people who were protesting, two university professors, mind you. Unfortunately, the two teachers died and Kenneth got out of the car and started dismantling the guy's protest. Then the guys went there, as they always do, and put the protest back on. Then he pulled out his gun. The guys kept putting the protest back in front of him, and he shot the first guy who came to talk to him. Then the other guy came too, and he shot the other guy too. You can understand that maybe he saw the guy coming towards him as a threat. But the truth is that there was no one armed there. Everyone had no weapons at all. Even the first teacher who came up to him said, "No, you're going to shoot, so shoot him." He fired. Anyway, it's absurd, but that's what I tell you. I understand the anger that the guy is going through there. It's a subject that nobody has anything to do with. The environmentalists, the eco-haters over there, all university professors, all left-wingers protesting against a mine that already exists. It's already there. The mine is already there. There's no more forest degradation and so on. The mine is already there. It already exists. It's going to continue operating, right? It's just one of many. A lot of fights that are certainly sponsored by Europeans and Americans who want to prevent countries here in Central and South America from exploiting the riches in the forest. Then the mine will continue to be exploited and the people there got upset. Here it is, yeah. These are the protests that are taking place in Panama, a lot of them, all leftists, the same protests as here in Brazil. Bread and bologna for all sides, only leftists, only university professors, and oh, they're saying here that there are a lot of people and stuff, that Panamanians are suffering and whatnot. Oh fuck, stop it. What Panamanian is suffering? The Panamanians work there in the copper mine. They make money from it. They make a lot of money from it. What's all this about suffering? Ah, it's silly, isn't it? Anyway, it ended in tragedy. It ended in tragedy and the guy was arrested soon afterwards. And unfortunately, as I said here, this protest has been going on for a week now, right? He was arrested with an accused murderer. An illegal possession of a firearm. I don't know what the criteria are in Panama for having a firearm. I don't know if the weapon was legal. But in any case, what he did was absurd. It's excess without a doubt. Well, here's some more information about his arrest, but that's about it, isn't it? Because so many people are upset by these annoying echoes, these just stop people. Oil there in England and in various places around the world and so on. that the guy kind of became an idol of the people here, right? Again, I'm not encouraging that. I'm not, because what the guy did was clearly beyond the PNA was used. Is the proportionality beyond the PNA here, but right? The guy turned the carbon, reduced the carbon reducer, right? If these people want to reduce carbon so much ready, there are less 2 carbon. There have already been reduced there in Panama. Well, the guy's becoming a hero in that sense. It's very annoying, of course, but again, I think the guy is wrong. He's certainly wrong, but the ecocrats are wrong too. People have to rethink this kind of thing. Look, those people who were stuck in traffic jams here, thousands of people stuck in traffic jams here, they have nothing to do with it. These people have no share in the copper mine. They have no political influence to do anything. They have nothing to do with it. You're messing with the lives of a lot of people who have nothing to do with the matter. You have no power to change anything because you want to get the government's attention, because you think the government did something wrong and so on. You're going to fill a lot of people's bags with crap, right? Yes, this kind of protest is absolutely wrong. Here in Brazil, we have this for all sides too. The left loves this kind of thing, right? It's really impressive. And what I'm telling you, these are the people who are really evil. The eco-chats, the environmentalists, are the evil people who want evil for the country. Not those who want to preserve nature. I think that's beautiful. Do you want to preserve nature? You buy an area and preserve nature. An eco-chat is a guy who wants to force other people to do things he thinks are right through violence. That's really absurd, isn't it? Or you can be a pain in the ass, like this guy, like the case in Panama, right? Very sad what happened there. Of course, ideally, there wouldn't be any dead people. It wouldn't have to come to that. The guy has no criminal record. He has nothing. He really got nervous. He lost his head. He'll pay for his crime. That's too bad. It would be great if this resulted in something effective, such as the eco-chats becoming a little less annoying when it came to running their campaigns, but I don't think that's likely. The people there really want to make less money. They want Panamanians to lose their jobs. They want economic ruin, because in the name of what? In the name of nothing. Because that's the truth, isn't it? These developments in the forest, people see it as something that destroys the forest and so on. But the truth is that the forest recovers very easily after it's finished, and the forest will be there in the same way in 200 years' time, in 500 years' time. If you do mineral exploration there in the Amazon too, if it's done properly, the level of tailings it leaves behind is very small. And what's more, there's even a contradiction here, because it's a copper mine, which is one of the elements you need to electrify electric cars and so on, which would, in theory, allow for a society in the future where you don't have to burn carbon, gasoline, and that sort of thing, right? There's no way, people. That's what I tell you. In order to live, human beings have to harm nature. But look, human beings are part of nature too. So in the end, it's all natural. These mines are all natural, made by human beings who are part of nature. There's nothing wrong with that. Thank you for watching the video to the end, as well as liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Consider becoming a sponsor with prices starting at $19.99. Click on the Become a Member button below to find out about the conditions and advantages of sponsoring the channel. For more information about our project, visit our websites listed on the screen.